What kind of our mind you usually use in your magician thing?
Sorry, what kind of?
What kind of your mind you usually, what features in your mind?
Oh, what features in my mind?
Yeah, maybe less
Wow.
of attention. What thing do you use during your magic?
Weak spots of people do you use?
What weak spots? What do I exploit? Oh, okay. Well, there's a lot of different methods for how it all works. Sometimes you've been very, very sneaky. Other times you're doing exactly what you say you're doing. A lot of it is, there's a term that's gone around for a few years now, psychological illusions, and a lot of it is that. So you think you've seen one thing, you've actually seen something else. There's various different methods in mentalism or mind reading, or not methods, sorry, effects. So you've got precognition, which is predicting what's going to happen before it happens. You've got things like subliminal communication, which is very popular these days, which is kind of reading people and looking for little signs in people and trying to work them out. Psychokinesis, telekinesis, that sort of moving things with your mind. I don't do that so much. Sometimes.
But a little. But a little to move things.
I don't move objects and do those effects, but what I do sometimes is that people can feel like I've touched them, but I've not. So there's that. I don't say it sounds terrible. It sounds very dodgy. So yeah, there's so many different effects, but really you are guiding people along an experience where it's very hard to describe, where they're making assumptions wrongly, and I'm not describing this very well, but it's, yeah. Even, what I could say is, it doesn't really matter how intelligent you are. Sometimes I perform for doctors, judges, top lawyers in London, who are much smarter than me, but I can still fool them because the effects are very, very strong, and it's based on lateral thinking, or it's, yeah, so it's not to do with being...
Do you really read minds?
No, it's not psychic or anything like that. Sometimes I'm genuinely getting things that you're giving me, and sometimes it's an illusion. It looks like something's happening and it's not happening. Sometimes it's genuinely, I can sort of know what you're going to do, you know what I mean? Because I do this so much. I approach, hundreds of people. If I've got a gig every day or whatever, you're talking about 100 people a day perhaps, and you're doing the same things over and over, you get to know what people are going to do and you get to exploit that. It's like Groundhog Day, if you've ever seen that movie. It's the same experience again and again. For me, for everybody else, first time. So I know what people are going to say, I often know what jokes they're going to make, what questions they're going to ask, which way they're going to look, so you take advantage. Yeah. Not in a bad way. People are wonderful and people are really interesting and people always surprise you. But with basic things like, which card is someone going to choose, what shape is someone going to choose, there are such patterns that are not 100%, but very, very reliable when you've done it a long time.